You wake up. Your daughter is ready to go to school. You pack her lunch. You tie her shoes. You tie your shoes. You zip up her backpack and grab your keys as you leave out the front door. You put your daughter's seatbelt on. You open the passenger door and get inside. You crank up the engine. And nothing happens. You get angry. You take your daughter and head to the stop where the other mothers in the neighborhood go. No one is there. Just you and your kid. 10 minutes go by. The bus should have been here. You're about to flip out. Then it comes. A large yellow bus comes and picks up your daughter. You see her go. A moment, and then another bus comes. This one is for you. You get on. All the other mothers are there. You sit down as the bus accelerates. It's going faster and faster. Your hair is being blown off. You lose consciousness. Your mind is somewhere else. You can make out colors, shapes, sounds of something in the air. You notice a familiar face at the front. She looks like an ancient version of your daughter. You get closer. As soon as your eyes meet each other, you can't see anything. Everything is dark. When your eyes open, you find yourself at a school bus stop with your mother, waiting for the bus to come. You're on the misery bus. Misery bus. Misery bus. Misery bus. Misery bus. Misery bus.
So far away, 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 so far. On a date with a girl who walks into CK's diner wearing her mother's t-shirt she got from the Dire Straits show circa the Brothers in Arms tour.
So what do you plan on doing after school?
The thought that I will be at least 31 by the time after school even becomes a reality crosses my mind. I don't have a plan. Don't you think that question's a little obnoxious by this point? I'm sure you've got to touch yourself. There's a 6-year age difference between the two of us, aimless millennials. The fact that we are both raised by divorced Gen Xers gives me pause.
I plan on going to grad school at Emory in Atlanta for women's studies.
That sounds fulfilling.
After that, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it.
They're getting ready to close. I should probably pay the check. I look at the bill. $23.11. So, would you care to go to my house, smoke a joint?
Mozart was dead and in the grave by the age of 34.
I take this as an affirmation as my mind drifts to what it would be like to make out with her over the telephone.
Sure, we can go to your place. Do you notice anything odd about the server behind the counter?
My head leans over to her left in order to get a better look at who she's talking about. At this point, it may appear strange to speak about something or someone as holding a textual attitude, but a student of literature will understand the phrase more easily if he will recall the kind of view attacked by Voltaire and Candide, or even the attitude to reality satirized by Cervantes and Don Quixote. What seems unexceptionable good sense to these writers is that it is a fallacy to assume that the swarming, unpredictable, and problematic mess in which human beings live can be understood on the basis of what texts say. To apply what one learns out of a book literally to reality is to risk folly or ruin. The server appears to have an imaginary cock in his hands, and is methodically running his right, middle, and index finger up its shaft.
What do you have to say about that?
She laughs. I wonder what his sign is. It's probably a Gemini.
You know, I read an article in the Times the other day that said Geminis and Libras are the ones most likely to turn out to be expressive adults.
I dated a Gemini once. She was the first woman I was ever with.
And how'd that go for you?
Well, she disagreed with me about Grease 2 and ended up dating some rich asshole towards the end of our fling.
Aren't you a rich asshole?
I'm not that rich. Later, at my house.
Where'd you even get this pot? You know, a good friend of mine deals some real Colombian around here. I'm sure I could introduce the two of you.
What's their name?
His name is Nick. His parents own that big house right off Otoboke Road.
That guy? You buy from that guy?
Sure I do.
Why not? In 1984, I was hospitalized for approaching perfection. Nick and I used to pal around back in the day, due to the fact that both our mothers were involved in some type of multi-level marketing scheme involving a failed men's cosmetics line. Disformed dicks, unbleached assholes. Before I can offer an answer, I notice her browsing through my record collection, all the while suspiciously eyeing the Clinch poster I have on my living room wall. She's staring intently at the crucifixes on the shower wall behind Prince, himself naked outside of a jeweled thong hanging on what appears to be the bottom of a woman's swimsuit. I watch her carefully considering her words before her mouth opens.
My mom was real into New Wave.
Really?
Yeah. When I was growing up, the only things that covered the walls of our apartment were her old Blondie and Talking Heads posters.
Where did she grow up?
Brooklyn. She was too young to really be that involved in the art scene at the time, but she had an older sister who would pass down cassettes after she got tired of them. I still remember listening to them around the house, all warbly and distorted from being beaten to shit.
Well, my mom only listened to Marvin Gaye and Madonna.
That's a shame.
By this point, the joint is finished and she leaves the door open as she begins to walk down the street. I didn't even get her number. I think I'm alone in the house until I'm confronted with the overwhelming volume of the mixtape that's been in the Nakamichi 500. When I Think of You by Janet Jackson, the 12-inch mix, My heart is nearly beating out of my chest as I peer into the dark room where the cassette player is, attempting to recognize the ambiguous figure moving away from the volume dial. I've got her number if you want. I fucked Camilla last fall. Only that wasn't Camilla. My plug, Vivian, a Taurus like myself, emerges from the darkness and sits down on the couch. In a matter of seconds, she's already got 4 lines neatly arranged on an old paperback copy of Illness as a Metaphor by Susan Sontag. I bet Sontag didn't blow. She sniffs. That wasn't Camilla. She offers the Sontag book to me. Looked just like her. Who was it? I think her name was Sylvia. Don't her parents own that big house over on Octop? I'm convinced that she's confusing Nick's house for Sylvia's, but I decide not to pursue it and do the lines off the book instead. The kick of the Lindrum LM2 is so loud that I bring my fingers to my ears thinking that I feel blood. I wonder how clean this is. I've been feeling ill lately, something feels strange inside my stomach. Oh God, I'm having trouble getting it up again.
I'm Joshua Dakes. I've been hunting ghosts since I was 7 years old. They haunted me, now I haunt them.
I'm Isaac Haynes. My mom said I had to leave the house tonight, so I'm here.
And I'm Augustus Fripke, head of the Ethereal Spermatogenesis Studies at the University of Northern Iowa. I'm here to assist these two in their spirit quest.
It's Spectre Quest.
That's right, I'm here for your ghost quest, and nothing will stop us from reaching our goals.
It's Spectre Quest.
Gesundheit.
But before we begin our quest tonight, let us first say goodbye to our very own Ruth Dean, who passed away due to aggressive constipation. Thank you.
We're here at the Adult Theater in downtown Idaho, a place of reported many
hauntings.
It seems the spirits are with our friends already. Don't fear, my friend. These spirits cannot drive out your spirit unless your spirits are high spirits. Spirits.
We have not gotten permission to film here, so first, we must acquire entrance.
Sir, can I have 3 tickets to Breasts, Belts, and Bros?
We only have one movie here.
Okay, I'll go with that one.
All right. 3 tickets coming up.
And here we are, friends. We've crossed over to the other side, past the doorway, into the realm of the ethereal. Can you feel the energy, my friends? That is what we experts call the Mother Earth summoning us with the voice unheard of in the material realm. Her legs spread open, summoning us to join her in eternal dance. Dance.
Happy to have you on the quest.
Actually, I was told this was going to be a journey, thank you.
It's a quest.
Yes, a quest to get along on our journey, the spectral journey within.
The Spectre Quest.
We have now walked into the theater, and my eyes have never seen the likes of this before, not even in our previous investigation. My lord, that man is doing unholy things to that pillow. I don't know why that it's shaped like my mother, but I fear that the longer I stare, the more I can feel it penetrating the back of my skull.
I've seen hell. I've seen heaven. This place has nothing to do with either. It's true evil.
Yes, experience it, friends. You've entered a realm beyond mortal understanding. All sorts of sights and sounds and sensory experiences splurging and splooging all over us. Engorge yourself with the visions before us and enjoy the last remnants of your sanity. If you can hold on to it, you may very well be able to take this and tell your friends, if you have any.
This was filmed in my birth year, according to the copyright symbol in the corner. Auspicious indeed. I feel like the spirits are calling out to me directly. Augustus, why do all these men look similar to you and are leaned over in their seats? Are they perhaps possessed?
Oh no, quite the contrary, my friend. We are all experts in traveling the ethereal plane. I myself opened my third peni long ago and have been able to wrangle it in order to endure the pain of seeing such visions before me. You too must learn to grapple and enlighten yourself, or else you'll be too lost and too confused to understand what's flowing through your body. I, on the other hand, intend to let what flows through me flow freely and never let it hold me down. Now grapple yourself, my friends. This is the ritual that will get us through the night. Really keep going with it. Keep going. A little further. That's right. Just like the women on that screen. Just look at the women on the screen. Oh yeah. Oh, endure it. Enlighten yourself. Yes, Mother Earth. Yes.
As that happened, the cameras all cut off. Augustus was nowhere to be seen. The only thing left, a pair of Crocs, heart socks, garters, and a large overcoat. We're looking through the seats for signs of activity. I'm finding nothing but old Skittles, straw wrappers, and shriveled up cookie dough bites.
I go behind the screen to see if I can find anything. All I find is a single camera, and on the reel I can see Augustus's punch ticket that he has exquisitely signed with his left hand.
A detail we would have missed had we not realized that his right hand was busy doing something else. I turn over to check with Isaac to see if he's okay, and instantly this happens.
I feel angels and demons. Tom Hanks.
We weren't able to capture it on camera, but I saw a white flash, and then Isaac's zipper fell, and then he was gone. Now it is only I that remain in the theater. I'm checking around for signs of life. None are there. Tissues everywhere. Unused balloons, ashtrays, nudie magazines, and many, many divorce papers. I find myself very lonely. I start watching the film in front of me. I see a man and a woman doing it. I see Augustus, head of ectospermatogenesis at the University of Northern Iowa. And I see my partner, Isaac Haynes. They're shaking hands. Now they're high-fiving. There's a woman between them.
I like a lot of different music.
I'm into every kind of music. You don't know your music till you listen to everything. I like hip-hop, dance music.
I listen to classic rock, like the Beatles, Rolling Stones.
I love R&B and hip-hop.
I love oldies.
I like punk, like hip-hop.
I've lately been getting into Led Zeppelin.
I love Aretha Franklin. I think she's cool.
I love all the old music, like the Eagles and
the old Eric Clapton stuff.
Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix.
I really like swing music. I'm not a big fan of rap.
I used to be into the whole, the rap scene.
Jamiroquai, D'Angelo, Mary J. Blige, Lauryn Hill.
I do like pop and Britney Spears and NSYNC and stuff like that.
And then I got into like Jimi Hendrix and Cream and Eagles, and that's where I'm stationed now.
I like 80s music flashbacks.
80s music. I really like Depeche Mode.
Elton John, before he started singing Candle in the Wind. You gotta stop that, Candle in the Wind.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
Honey, I'm back. Got you 2 things of peach rings, a Coke, and I figured we'd try these funny little cocktails to go.
Come back here a second, Rand.
Uh-huh. What's going on, sweetie?
Rand, you trust me, right?
Yes, of course, Jen.
Well, you know that upgrade we've been talking about?
Yeah, the smart home. Oh, baby, you got it?
Well, the thing is, baby, I lost my job yesterday.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Come here, it's gonna be okay.
I know how much you wanted it. I didn't want to disappoint you.
Baby, it's okay.
I had to tell the workers they couldn't install it, and one of them pulled me aside. He asked if there was anyone who could take its place.
Take what's place?
The AI. It's 300K, Rand. He said he's done this before. I told him that we, wouldn't miss your grandfather.
What?
Damn it, Rand. The man's been sucking us dry. Something had to be done.
He's my grandfather.
This is our house. Just come look at how good he does the dishes.
Rand, dishes now!
We taught it to address you since I won't be here for the next few weeks, really. Gonna be too busy looking for a new job.
I don't know what to say.
You won't have to say anything. He can tell you what you need. Just try the fridge.
Morning, sleepyhead. Breakfast is on me. Door dingled you some Cracker Barrel.
Jen, I can't.
Just, here, let me show you the rest. Here, open the door.
You better light a candle, boy. I know how funky you get.
Jen, this is not... I think I'm gonna...
Need someone to hold your hair? Hell, I'll phone work. Tell them you're bobbing for apples.
I'll let y'all reconnect for a little while.
You gotta get a hold of that watch here, son. Ooh, mercy. 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 Mercy.
I feel like when I sing, I'm kind of somewhere else. It's just doing what I love to do. I'm fulfilling my dreams right now. My dream is just to be able to stand in front of thousands of people and just sing my heart out. And I've been given the opportunity to do that. And that's like the best gift in the world. Well, there's a song that I sing on this movie called The Other Me. It's a Disney movie and it's called Everything. So I'll give you a taste of that. Jump out of bed, put my feet on the floor. Seemed a little like I hadn't done that before. Got got this smile that just won't quit. Today's my day, and I'm taking it. It's like I'm walking on the moon, floating high in a big balloon.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
I haven't slept since yesterday. Never felt so tired.
I haven't slept since yesterday. Never felt so tired.
I haven't slept since yesterday.
I haven't slept since yesterday. Never felt so tired.
Eyes are open even when they're closed.
My eyes are open even when they're closed.
My eyes are open even when they're closed.
Never liked
Even
it, teacher.
when they're closed.
My eyes are open even when they're closed.
My eyes
When
are
it's
open.
on, it's on. And when it's off,
Even when they're
I don't even want
I never liked the teacher.
I never liked that
Always
teacher.
looking.
Always looking.
I never liked teacher.
I never liked that teacher.
Meditation.
Always looking.
I never liked that teacher, always looking.
When it's on,
When it's on, it's on.
It's on, it's off.
I never
When it's
liked
off,
that
I don't
teacher.
even want to look at us.
I've tried everything.
I've
tried everything. Reiki, meditation, yoga.
When it's on, it's on. And when it's off,
I've tried everything. Reiki,
I don't even want to
meditation,
look at
yoga.
I've tried everything. Reiki, meditation,
Hey, when it's on, it's
yoga.
on. And when it's off, I don't even want to look at it.
I've
When
tried
it's on,
everything.
it's on. When it's off, I don't even want to look at it.
Reiki, meditation,
Smile off.
When swimming with him seemed like a nice guy.
I tried
She was
it.
always happy with herself.
She was always
Reiki.
happy with herself.
The crust is
Meditation.
We
very
went
delicate.
swimming with
This
him.
crust is
We
very
went
Seemed
swimming
like a
with him.
nice guy.
Seemed like a nice guy.
We went
He
swimming.
was.
She was always happy with herself.
He'd smile often. I never could forget that smile.
He'd smile often.
Velvet,
I
all
never could
velvet.
forget that smile.
She was always happy.
The crust is very delicate. Just be
Crust
careful.
is very delicate.
The
He'd smile
crust
often.
is very
I never could
delicate.
forget that smile.
Velvet.
Just
All
care.
velvet everywhere. Gross.
Velvet.
Disgusting.
All velvet.
Vermin.
Hey, we went swimming with him. Seemed like a nice guy.
Disgusting.
Gross, disgusting.
Velvet.
Sucked the life out of
All velvet
Roger
everywhere.
sucked the life
She would
out.
lay
Roger
down
sucked the life out.
until there was no more.
Smile off.
I never
The
could.
crust is very delicate.
like
Just
starting
be
fires.
careful.
Lay down on her stomach and breathe until there was no more air.
That smile.
I never could forget it.
They like starting fires in the
She
neighborhood.
would lay on her stomach and
velvet.
breathe.
All velvet everywhere.
Everywhere.
One time,
Gross.
They
he
like
let
starting
me
fires.
flirt.
Disgusting. Vermin.
Roger sucked the life out of her.
Roger sucked the life out of her.
Gross.
Roger sucked the life out of her. She would lay down on her stomach.
She would lay down on her
Gross,
stomach and breathe until there was
One
no
time
more
she
air.
lay down on her stomach and breathe until there was no more air.
They liked starting
It wasn't
fires in the
Roger
neighborhood.
sucked
Lay down.
life
They
out
like
of
starting fires.
One time he left me 2 quarters.
No more air.
One time?
They
It
like
wasn't what I
She
had
would
in
lay
mind, but I
down
figured why
on
not?
her stomach and breathe until there was
Wasn't what I
no
had in mind.
more air.
I figured.
One time, he left
They
me
like
what I had in
starting
mind.
fires
I figured why
in the
not.
neighborhood.
It wasn't what I had in mind, but I figured why not.
One time he left me 2 quarters.
It wasn't what I had in mind, but I figured.
It
why
wasn't what I
not?
had in mind, but I figured why not.
My favorite actress is Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Denzel Washington.
I really like Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, Jim Carrey. He's just like hilarious.
Well, first of all, I'm Italian, so I gotta mention Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino,
Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro,
Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx.
Winona Ryder. Meryl Streep.
I like Kevin Spacey. Halle Berry.
Emily Watson.
Meg Ryan.
I love Anthony Hopkins. I really got into Denzel. Jodie Foster. Bjork. Sandra Bullock.
I like Tom Hanks a lot.
I really like Dustin Hoffman's work. Fernando Montenegro.
Denzel Washington is really cool.
Susan Sarandon.
Brad Pitt.
I really like old movies, and I still am a big Grace Kelly fan. I love Cary Grant, too.
I really look up to Will Smith. When I was younger, my favorite actor was Bill Cosby. Love Bill Cosby, man.
Kids like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel.
I've spent the last year stoned at this institution of higher learning. I don't know why I'm here. Christ, will you look at this one? Brandy is pawing through the most recent yearbook. She's come to the farewell senior section. Which one? Right there, can't you see it? Underneath the picture of the girl who f***ed Misty last term? There's no telling how many girls Misty f***ed last term. I look to where she is pointing before I infer she must be talking about the phrase in stylized letters. Goodbye, Lulu. We'll miss those good old La Fiesta days with you. Brandy is wearing a sweatshirt with a Man Ray image poorly screen printed onto it. I scan the cafeteria quickly in case of a cop before lighting a cigarette. What is it with these volleyball bitches? They think they've got it all figured out, don't they? Didn't we watch that Richard Pryor movie in Film as Culture last semester? The one with the line about putting "fuck your husband" as your line of employment? Brandy is referring to Eddie Murphy, but I'm too stoned to correct her. God, and the money they get from this university. Just think about what the art department could do with those funds. Brandy, aren't you graduating in December? Well, I'm supposed to, but you know how Thomas is. Thomas is in Dr. McIntyre. Please stop referring to him by his first name. Someone is playing a cassette of Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You at a table near the salad bar. At one time, I thought the idea of a women's university appealing. The sunlight reflects off the page of the yearbook that Brandy is looking at. Keep trying, and one day we'll see you on TV with Connie Chung. You know, I like this song. So do I.
How important was Scientology?
Oh, extraordinarily important.
Hubbard taught you?
Well, his writings and teachings taught me tremendous things. Again, about realistically what I feel is happening in the world, and I guess taught me about supporting the good things and the positive things, and being aware of negative input too. You know, I suddenly became acutely aware of the potential of potential psychoses on people's parts and things like that toward others, myself, you know.
Most people don't understand what it is.
Yeah, and of course, you know, I've said for 23 years now, they must read a book.
Yeah, and the book to read is?
Oh, you could read What is Scientology? It's a book about that thick that answers every question you could possibly think of, positive or negative. Every question. And I would love for people finally to just read it and say, you know, and answer their own questions by reading it, as opposed to going by hearsay. I think biased, slanted ideas on it is so sophomoric. Really, you know, it's I've never understood it. You know, the idea of you take a well-respected news show and you take 5 or 6 people, let's say, that are disgruntled with a religion.
This is 2020, the piece they did?
Yeah, or any other piece that has maybe over the years been
critical.
So, and then you say, okay, now there's 8 million people that are happy with this thing. But these 5 you've searched for, and you have, you know, maybe even some of these 5 have been offered that if you paid the money, they would not talk derogatorily about it. I mean, you know, where are they, A? And B, why would you allow such a slanted viewpoint? It's bizarre to me. It's not even fair professional input. It's strange.
Have you talked about it before when they've come to you to talk about it? I mean, at those times, at those magazine programs or news programs, did pieces about it. I mean, have you resisted being there to defend it in the way you did? Because you didn't want to talk about it and you left it to other people?
I've always talked about it. I've never not shied away from it, as I'm not shying away from it right now. I love talking about something that's helped me to the degree it has helped me and so many others.
Helped you because it gives you what?
Well, again, trying to explain what it's about is trying to explain the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Or any other religion or any other
set of beliefs. You're talking about trying to nutshell something that would, one should really read about and make their own decision about what it is for them or not, or whatever. But I'm just responding to a kind of prejudice that I find bizarre in this day.
There are people who are fearful, at least in those accounts you read, fearful, believe it's coercive, believe all kinds of things that are attributed to other organizations that have been defined as cults.
Right. However, but you're looking at 5 or 6 viewpoints versus 8 million. Why not take a majority viewpoint? Why have such an unbalanced...
Fair to say that if those accounts were a true reflection of Scientology, you would not be a part of it.
Absolutely. Nor would Tom Cruise or Kirstie Alley or Nicole Kidman or Priscilla Presley or any of the people that I know that I either influenced introduced to or not. I think they're upstanding people that are decent fellows and smart, and would never. I think that they're big on making their own minds up what they would do and not do. And it's strange to me the accusations of anything. I mean, do we look like we're coerced into anything?
You have to engage in mind control with coercion people.
Please. It's so silly to me.
Did you bring Tom to Tom?
No, his ex-wife did. However, I did help along the way because I did encourage it and led him to some books and things that I felt he would be insightful to him about it. And then he made his own decision again. But, again, you're talking about very strong people here, and none of us were connected.
And people with resources and...
Absolutely, and also the concept of defending something is strange to me because it doesn't need defending, It just needs proper observation and fair observation.
Some would say, if they listen to you and I having this conversation, is it possible that there's an aspect of this that John does not know about? These things could be going on and he doesn't know about them.
Well, look, you take what's the premise of Scientology? A world without war, criminality, and insanity. That's the idea, the goals.
Cults.
I like those goals. I don't want a world with war or crime or insanity.
Cults.
And all the teachings lead toward that.
Cults.
And I have found for 23 years, we're all aware people.
Cults.
And we're all,
Cults.
smart enough to know what and judge what we see is going on or not.
Cults.
We know each other and a lot of people involved
cults
in it. And look, Christianity had a lot of problems its first 50 years. Do you know what I mean? This is 50 years old.
Still does.
Yes.
Still does.
Yes. So sophomoric. Really, it's I've never understood it. The idea of you.
Everyone should be very sensitive to other cultures and religions.
They're Americans too, and we shouldn't treat them any differently.
That's what makes our culture so great, is that we're mixed up. We're not the same people.
Because you'll hear people saying things, and sometimes people say things because they're just don't know what else to do. They just have to point a finger and blame somebody. But, we've seen through history that doesn't work.
Being an American means being very diverse. You learn so much about everything.
This country is based on bringing people from all over the world. I have 5 different nationalities in my background. I have different religions in my background, and that's what this country is based on, and we need to remember that, and we need to remember that everyone is welcome in this country, and that's what makes it so great.
It doesn't matter what color you are or religion, we all kind of have, the same belief in love.
Now, more than ever, it's important for people like you to express themselves every day.
Another sad love song. I'm trying to write while sitting on my porch. It's 65 degrees outside, feels brisk. The headache, probably brought on from the Woodford Reserve, is doing me no favors. At 1:07 p.m., Leroy walks into my line of sight. "Got any butts for me today?" he asks. Leroy, 54 and a Leo, is referring to our discarded cigarette butts in the makeshift ashtray that he's been scavenging for the better part of the last year. Yeah, I actually think there are quite a few in there. It's been 3 months since I've seen Leroy. He looks better than the last time I saw him, clearly having been in some type of physical altercation that didn't end well. I can see the remnants of blood on his gums as he eyes the October 15 edition of Cosmo on the chair that's open to a page featuring the headline in bold pink letters, "I like high-end sex parties, and I'm not a weirdo." Leroy laughs. "I used to love Tony back in the day." "Yeah, this is the first time I've ever listened to her. The New Jack Swing. I'm talking about that baby-making music." "Yeah, what do you know about Bobby Brown, Leroy?" "I liked him when he was young, but he f***ed up Whitney real good and I never went back to him." He's taking a drink from the 40 ounce inside the brown paper bag I'm convinced he reuses daily. For some reason, I'm unable to take my mind off the feeling one gets when you walk outside when the day is young, while also pondering whether Tony Braxton, a Libra, like my father, behaves in any way like him. "Damn, getting started early, Leroy." "I'm an alcoholic and it'll take 4 of these before I get to feeling good," he says. Leroy prefers Busch, but today he's drinking Natural Light, which he tells me is the Redneck Mick Ultra. I break out my pack of cigarettes, Parliament full flavors, and offer him a fresh one. "Why are they working on that house across the street with no one living in it?" Leroy asks. "They're trying to fix it up and sell it." "Ain't no one in this town making enough money to live in that house." Leroy's been in this town long enough to know. At one point, they were renting it out to art students at the college for $50 a month to host art shows. What do these people know about art? I can hear the faint sound of a TR-808 kick coming from our neighbor's living room. Leroy impeccably identifies it as a song off Keith Sweat's debut. I have no reason to doubt him, but also the sound is so faint. "What do you listen to at home, Leroy?" "I like that old country. Kenny Rogers, Willie Nelson's my boy." "Oh yeah, that shit is good." "Yeah, but I'm drinking this outside and walking these streets because my girl's at home and playing gospel music." "I guess it's a pretty day to be outside. You're not into gospel?" "Don't be playing with God when you're doing the devil's work." He's gone just as casual as he came, and by this point the breeze has blown the pages of Cosmo closed, so that now all I see are the words set on the cover. "Hillary Duff is back and kicking ass."
Des yeux qui font baiser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de la femme auquel j'appartiens.
Quand elle me prend dans ses bras, elle me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Elle me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça fait quelque chose. Elle est entrée dans mon cœur, une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est elle par moi, moi par elle dans la vie. Elle me l'a dit, le juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. La vie en rose. Elle me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Elle est entrée dans mon cœur, une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est elle par moi, moi par elle dans la vie. Elle me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
I'm here in Scotland, about to dive into Lake Loch Ness. I'm looking for the myth, the legend, the Loch Ness Monster. I'm about to dive in, but first I need to check my air to make sure it's working. It's good. Now I'm checking a special pump I've had installed. Yes, that's good. Bear Grylls has never once gone in the pool. That's not gonna stop now. With my nutrition pump set, I'm ready to enter Lake Loch Ness. The lake is unforgiving, cold as steel, and little to no visibility. The dirt has kicked up from the floor upon my re-entry into the lake. I can't see where I'm going at all. I feel something touch the back of my legs for a second. It's just seaweed. I continue swimming. I feel like I'm in space. I swim for another half hour. A small panic attack, then I continue again. Eventually I hit the shoreline on the west side. A castle stands there. I dive again. I see a line of rope on one of the bank walls. I follow it. Anticipation builds as I get closer to whatever this rope is holding. I find a small hatch. I pull on it. The lake floods inside of it. Light is coming from an entry above the water. Wow. I can't believe this is here. A hidden dungeon underneath this castle at Lake Loch Ness. It doesn't look like much around here. Some old chains, a bucket to bail the water out of the dungeon were to flood, skeletons of dead Scotsmen. There's light coming from behind one of these doors.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Can I give you a hand?
No, I'm fine, sir. Who are you?
Friend of the family. Caretaker for the grounds.
What family?
The one that owns this castle.
Do you know where I can find the Loch Ness Monster?
I cannot show you the one in the papers, but I can show you the real thing.
Real thing? That's the creature?
We call him Donnie. Our family loved the Osmonds.
He's cute. So small. To think this is what's been frightening swimmers of these waters all this time. It's quite remarkable to know that we're holding a creature that's been in all our hearts for so long.
You're a long time dead.
As the Loch Ness Monster makes its way to my intestines, I'm paralyzed, near brain dead. My breath is gone. I'm having a heart attack. I can't feel my body anymore. I'm dying. I'm watching myself die. How is this happening? How are we recording this? What's going on?
You were out for a while, son. Welcome back.
Where are we going?
Nowhere. We're already here.
Oh, I see. Kinda thirsty. Do you have anything?
Thought you'd never ask. Here you go.
Oh, thank you, but I'm off the stuff currently. Do you just have water?
No, but that's alright. More for me.
I'm tired. I feel like my head's about to split open.
I know the feeling.
this is the end of the program. Thank you for listening. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Poor soul, spit upon that poor soul. He never knew what hit him, and it hit him so. Poor dunce, he pushed at the big man. The barbs laughed. The fool is dead. Poor dunce, he's less than within us. The brains talk, but the will to live is dead. And Fred can't travel so far these days. The talk of your life standing so near to innocent eyes. Poor dunce, swings through the tunnels and claws his way. His small life, so many are these really the days. Poor dunce, it hit him so.
Hello, I'm Laura Bush. All across the country, everywhere I look, I see an American flag. It's wonderful to see because our flag stands for all of us, every single American. It stands for the rights of many people, religions, and beliefs. That's what freedom's all about. And that's a flag worth flying high.
People like you express themselves every day on Disney Channel, 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 Disney Channel.